To access Mackin via in your browser, type in mackinvia.com. And then for elementary students, because Mackin via is by grade level, so there's a username password for elementary and then a username and password for middle school and high school. So for Van Buren, and you do not need anything in this top where it says school. So for elementary students, it's 31 VBUES, and then the password is GPAEA, and then log in. Once students have logged in, they will want to create a backpack. So you click up in the right-hand corner on the backpack and then register. Now, for the little students, the younger students, you can have your tech department contact Mackin, and they will upload all of the students into Mackin. And so all of them will have a backpack already created. So then you don't have to go through this step. Same, you can actually have all of your students in the district uploaded, and then their backpacks will already be created. But if a student is creating a backpack identity, then, and if they have a Google account, they probably would want to use their Google account for their username and password. So I'm going to make up a student. So I'm going to name the student trial and the password. And then no email. I'll put the first name trial and the last name Van Buren. And then I'll save. The cool thing about having a backpack is once I have a backpack, so I'm going to go ahead and exit. Once I have a backpack, when I come to this screen, I can just use that username and password. So trial, and then my password. And if I start, and it has Van Buren Community Elementary, and then log in. So then I don't have to worry about that 31 VBUES or 31 VBUHS for the high school. I can just use my username and password to access Mackin. The reason why you'd want to create a backpack is once I've created a backpack, now this is the home page. And as you can see, as your students start to use it and as books are added, the newest books are here. The books that are checked out or read the most are at the highest rated. And then you have access to current events, news, and then the news is by grade level. So students can follow the news by their grade level. All right. The way that you navigate in Mackin is you always go back to the previous tab. So I'm back in Mackin, and here's all resources, which is going to show us. And as you can see, you can filter your search on the left-hand side by Lexile, language, reading grade level, subjects, genres. For elementary students, categories might be easier for them to look up. So if they really love animals, they can click on animals and look for books that have the animal subject, or graphic novels. They can click on graphic novels. Otherwise, I'm back in all resources. and I want to read about insects. So I'm going to add it to my favorites first. And then once it's added to my favorites, I go up to my backpack, click on favorites, and there's my book. Now I can read. And because it's in my favorites, I can now take notes, highlight, underline. I'm going to quickly show you all that. Okay. This one, if you see the arrow down here, it's a text to speech. So it will read it. Not all of the Mackin books are text to speech. Okay, so now I can start to highlight, and I can choose different colors based on different needs. If I click on, I always say this icon looks like a hamburger. I can take notes, so it has my highlights, and then I can take notes. And then save. And I can also look up a word. I'll explain it to me. And then what else can I do? Let's look. Oh, I can underline. Now I don't want that underlined, so I just hit this and it will get rid of it. And see, I know I have a note on this page because there's that little icon. I'm also going to bookmark this page. All right, now I want to go back to my all resources. Now, if I wanted to, I could close the book this way. And then it's just important to remember to go back to that previous tab. Now I'm going to show you how to export those notes. So I'm in my favorites and I'm going to go to notebook. And it shows that I have 3 either notes or highlights. So I am going to click on just the image of the cover. And then here's all my notes and my highlights. And then I can export it, save it to Drive. And it's saved, and then it tells me to open in Drive. And here's what I love is when sometimes if you have a lot of information in your Drive, it's hard to find it, but it has the title of the book. And then look, it has, so if I were to use different colors of highlights to illustrate different factual information, it would be in different colors, and it has my notes. So I think it is pretty cool. So that's how you use Mackin.